So I want to talk about the overall loneliness epidemic and why it's happening from a spiritual standpoint, put it into spiritual context, energetic context. Okay. And I'm not talking about the male loneliness epidemic. That's a part of this. Okay. I'm talking about the overall loneliness epidemic. All right. Especially with people's parents, narcissistic parents. I'm talking about the overall epidemic that they are experiencing due to their low vibrational demonic behavior. Okay. And that all correlates to the growth of those of us who've actually made it into the year 2025 with our souls intact after dealing with the very people that I'm talking about, okay? We're dealing with the uptick of people talking about how lonely they are and how, all these people are all of a sudden victims or whatnot. And again, from a spiritual standpoint, what we are actually looking at is empaths breaking through generational curses and spells and understanding how our energy was squandered because we had not learned discernment. A lot of us were groomed into being overly empathetic and not regulating our boundaries, not understanding how reciprocity works, all of that shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But we have done the shadow work. We've held ourselves accountable. We've learned and we've grown from all of the trauma and abuse that we have endured. And with all of that, again, we still have our souls intact. And what we are seeing now is as we disengage and give everything that we've been giving out to those who don't deserve it, to ourselves primarily, all while having the understanding that if coming upon people who are decent and good after vetting them out, that we can still be loving and kind and wonderful just with certain particular people. Oh, this is driving the other end of the spectrum completely crazy because they no longer have access to pure love, so on and so forth. Y'all know what I'm saying. I don't want to make this too long. They no longer have access to that light, that direct connection to source. And it's driving them crazy. What happens when you are an empathic being that breaks away from low vibrational demonic beings is they go into what's called narcissistic rage. And this ranges between them becoming the victim all of a sudden, smear campaigns, attempting at, regaining control and reeling you back in. There's just a lot that comes with it. But all I wanted to point out today is the reason why you're seeing such a high level of, essentially horrible people feeling this extreme loneliness. It's not that they want friends and family. They need. And for those of us who still have a soul, we generate our own love and light and happiness. So we don't need. We may want, but it's not a need. It's not a requirement for us to survive, unlike our counterparts here. So, there's so many different benefits of actually having a soul, baby. So many, okay? But that's essentially what we're watching happen right now. Okay, so as always, remember, protect your light, cut off any and all toxicity, and most importantly, learn from your lessons, vet people out. Okay? All right, till next time, y'all. Bye.